Hello. Okay, so I'm playing some Slay the Spire today. I just created a new world, I guess, in Slay the Spire because I've played this game a lot. I have a lot of games in this, or a lot of hours in this game. But I also know that the community of like people who play this game isn't like the most massive community, you know. And so for anybody who wants to watch this who doesn't really play deck building games, like deck building video games, I just want to start a new world so that when I'm streaming I only will play on this world, and so you guys will kind of get to see it from the beginning up to like the end. So yeah. Oh, one sec, I gotta do something real quick. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll get started, and I don't know, I guess I'll explain kind of my reasoning behind things as we go along, and like what different things are and all of that. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, this is Slay the Spire. It is a deck building roguelike card game. And so yeah, we'll play. Right now the only thing that we can play is the Ironclad. So we'll kind of start with this. Okay, so a couple things about this. So this is the legend, obviously. There's different types of things on here. There's regular enemies, there's elites, which are these little demon-looking ones. These are basically like mini-bosses. These are campsites. You can rest or you can upgrade cards. These are treasures. They give you relics. As a merchant, you can buy things like cards and relics, or get rid of cards. And this could be whatever. So when you're playing this game, you have relics up here, which basically give you passive effects. You have your gold, your money, you know, the name of your character, your run time. This is the map. You can go look here when you're in a battle or doing other things. This is your deck. So your starting deck for every character starts with some attack cards, and some defend cards, and then a special card. So for Ironclad, this is what it looks like. You got this, your starting deck, 5 strikes, 4 defense, and a bash. So I guess we'll kind of start it and see how things go. So like I was saying before, elites are basically like mini-bosses, right? And so they're much harder than regular enemies. And so you'd think, you know, oh, maybe I want to avoid those because I don't want to be taking extra damage and getting in extra hard fights. But actually, you kind of want to do as much as you can to fight as many of these as possible. Because when you fight an elite, at the end of combat, you get a relic for beating them. And relics are like a massive part of being able to beat the game and do well in a run. And so it's kind of counterintuitive, but you actually do want to go for the elites as much as you possibly can. And oftentimes it's worth it to try going for them, even if you're kind of struggling a little bit, you know. Because basically the fewer elites that you beat, especially early on, the tougher the game is going to be for you later on. So with that in mind, I'm going to take this left path because this is the only path that gives me 2 elites. And there's a whole bunch of these question mark rooms, which aren't necessarily great to be getting a whole bunch of, especially at the beginning. But I like to take them just because I think they're fun to do the unknown rooms. It's not the best strategy to be going for a whole bunch of these right off the bat, but I like to do it just for fun. So, oh, and the reason why it's not amazing to go for a whole bunch of unknown rooms, particularly on the first floor, the first act, is because when you fight enemies, you get to choose a card at the end of beating them. You get to choose between 3 random cards to add to your deck. You can choose to take one or none of those cards. And so at the beginning, it's really essential to be getting these instead of the mystery rooms, because that'll help you to start building your deck faster and getting cards that aren't your default ones. So, but I just have a lot of fun going into the mystery rooms, so I like to get these. Oh, yeah, so here's a little tutorial part. You're trying to beat the enemies. You know, you got energy to play cards. They cost a certain amount of energy. You need block to block damage. They attack for a certain amount of damage. And yeah. So this guy is about to give himself something called Ritual, which basically, at the end of his turn, he's going to be gaining strength for every turn. And what strength is it's a modifier that adds on to the amount of damage that you're outputting. So, see, like through Ritual. So this guy just attacks every turn for 6 damage. But the issue is that because their strength increases every time, it is going to be dealing 3 more damage every turn. So next turn it'll be dealing 9 damage, and then 12 damage, and then 15 damage. And so the longer that it takes for you to beat this guy, the more damage it's going to be doing to you. So you really want to kill it as fast as you possibly can. So for that reason, I'm going to attack it with the Bash, which deals 8 damage and 2 vulnerable. What vulnerable does is it makes them receive 50% more damage, and stacking it twice, it doesn't stack it all in the same turn, it just makes it so that it lasts for 2 turns. So that's going to last for this turn, and then at the end of this turn it'll go down 1, and then it'll be there next turn too. So I'm going to block for 5 so I don't take 6 damage, and then that'll be the end of my turn. So the Ironclad is unique because the starting relic is at the end of combat you heal 6 HP, and so you've got a little bit of leeway in each battle to take a little bit of damage and still be fine at the end of it and not be down all the way, you know, from all the damage at that time. So I'm taking 9 damage here. I probably, on the first turn, instead of blocking, I should have attacked. That would have put me in a better position, but, you know, mistakes were made. That's okay. So we beat it, we only took 10 damage, and that's really not too bad because, you know, like I was saying, at the end of combat you heal 6 HP, so I'm back up to 76 HP. And if we take no damage during the next combat, or we can take up to 2 damage, you know, that'll leave us at 74, and then we'll heal 6, and we'll be back up to full health. So the Ironclad is really nice. It's one of the easiest ones to play, it's one of the easiest ones to win with. Mainly because of this starting relic. This is genuinely one of the best relics in the entire game because it gives you so much healing. So, yeah. There's these 3 cards here. They've all got, you know, their own stuff. This one lets you gain 8 block and draw a card, 9 damage, and take 1 from your discard pile into your draw pile. This one is unique. It's very interesting. So you deal 6 damage and it deals 2 additional damage for all your cards containing Strike. So that includes this one. So this one's called Perfected Strike, so that's 1. And then I have 5 more strike cards. And so it would end up dealing, you know, 5 plus 1, that's 6, times 2 is 12. 12 plus 6, it's dealing 18 damage for the cost of 2, which seems really, really nice, you know. And when I first started playing this game, I loved this card. This card seems super nice, especially because, you know, there's other cards that have the name, you know, have the word strike in the title, and so this could potentially really stack up to be dealing tons and tons of damage. The reason why I don't really like to take it anymore is because I've been playing this game, and I've been on the subreddit for this game, or slash Slay the Spire, for a little while. I've learned a lot of different things about, like, good strategies and techniques to playing this game and getting good runs. Something that you really want to do with your deck is you want to only have cards that you want to be seeing, you know. And not only that, but you want to be, like, in your deck, when you're considering adding cards to your deck, you want to consider whether you would be happier to see that card than another card that's already in your deck, right? And so with that in mind, these strikes are pretty much like the worst attack cards that you can get, you know. You start with them, they're your default cards because you need something, but as the game goes on, these end up being worse attack cards than pretty much any other card you can add into your deck, and so for that reason, you often want to actually take these cards out of your deck if you can. And so because I'm going to end up trying to get rid of as many strikes out of my deck as possible by the end of the run, I found that these perfected strikes are not actually so worth it, because in order for these cards to deal tons of damage, you also have to have quite a few strike cards in your deck, or, you know, as many as possible. And so it ends up cluttering your deck, and you don't see this as much as you would like to. And so I'm actually just gonna skip all these cards. I don't know, this could be worth it. Maybe, but I think for now I'll just skip. So great now, Mr. Room. This could be really like anything. Unfortunately, we got just a regular battle. That's kind of one of the worst outcomes of this. But that's okay. So, anyways, I'm just gonna try and explain like my reasoning behind things and what things are as I go along. For anybody who hasn't ever played this game or any deck builder games, you know, this I hope will just, like me streaming this game will hopefully just be a nice little guide for anybody who wants to learn how to play deck builder games and hopefully learn how to play them well. So, I think I'm decent at, you know, this game. I'm decent at deck builder games. I'm not the best in the world, but I think I'm pretty decent. So, this is a really good card. It seems awful. So exhaust means it's removed from your deck until the end of combat, so it's just like gone. And so it seems really scary and awful, but if you build your deck the right way, it's actually an amazing card. I have a hard time building decks for this strategy, because I don't play the Ironclad that much compared to the other characters, and even when I do, this isn't the type of strategy I go for, even though it is a really good strategy. So for now, I'm just going to go for this dropkick one. So this will basically let me play this card for free as long as whoever I'm attacking has vulnerable. And if you've forgotten what vulnerable is, it's on this bash card. I can apply it with that bash card. So I like that card. I think it's a nice little boost. And I would generally like to see it more than a strike, because even though it does less damage, it'll let me draw a new card, and it'll replenish the energy that was spent, so it's basically like that card never existed in the first place, and I just get a free 5 damage. So. Okay, so for these guys, this guy is about to, so it just says they're doing something strategic, they're going to give themselves a buff, and it doesn't tell you what they're going to do, but I know from experience, this guy is going to buff himself to gain, I think, 2 strength, so they're going to be dealing more damage from now on. So. They also have this curl up, which, as you can see here, on receiving attack damage, rolls up and gains 3 block. That happens once per combat. So I've attacked this guy, they curled up and gained 6 block, and now their curl is gone. So I'm going to end my turn, their block goes away, they give themselves a buff, this one attacks, and now this one doesn't have curl, so I can attack it again without it gaining the shield. This one, however, once I attack it, it is going to gain 3 shield. So, oh, see it, look, and this is perfect. So I attack this, and I now get my last card, and it's like I never even played anything. So, I think it's pretty great. So I'm going to attack this guy, and I'm just going to kill him off in this fight. So, I don't know if anybody's going to end up joining this stream or anything, but if you do, I don't know, give me some feedback, let me know if I'm like talking too much, explaining things too much. I don't want to be, you know, annoying as I'm doing this, but I also want to be informational and helpful for anybody who wants to, you know, learn to play games like these, or learn to play this game. So, yeah. This one, I'm going to take this one. This is actually a pretty nice card. So it's really nice because it deals vulnerable to all the enemies that are out, and that has some really good synergy with this dropkick card that I have. So, strength, so there's for this character, there's 2 different, like, main ways of getting big amounts of damage out, and those would be through vulnerable and strength. So strength gives you a set amount of damage more on whatever attacks you're using. So for instance, if I have 2 strength, then all my attacks deal 2 extra damage. So like this one would deal 8 damage, and this one would deal 10 damage, right? Vulnerable is proportional to how much damage that thing is already dealing, right? So it deals 50% more damage. So this one, 50% of 8 is 4, so this would deal 12 damage when I attack, if they have vulnerable on them. And this one would deal 9 damage, right? Because 50% of 6 is 3, 3 plus 6 is 9. So the difference between these 2 strategies is vulnerability is much more effective if your attacks deal more damage, right? If you have bigger attacks, then vulnerable is much more effective, right? So for instance, if they have vulnerable and I attack with this attack, it's adding 4 damage to my attack, versus this one is adding 3 damage, right? And on the flip side of that, if you're going with strength, strength is most effective when you're attacking a lot of times, right? So if I have 2 strength and I attack, you know, with 2 different strikes, then I'm essentially getting 2 extra damage in with the first strike and 2 extra damage in with the second strike, right? And that would take me 2 energy, right? Because these both cost 1 energy. The bash, on the other hand, costs 2 energy, but I'm only attacking once, and so the 2 strength would only apply once. I'm only getting an extra 2 attack damage out of it. And so there's some cards that let you attack multiple times and stuff like that, and so cards that let you attack multiple times are much better for strength builds, versus cards that let you attack for a bigger amount of damage in one hit are much better for vulnerable builds. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking out for during this run, since I've decided to go with vulnerability stuff. I'm going to be looking for cards that let me output a high amount of damage, rather than cards that let me output a smaller amount of damage but with less energy cost. So yeah. Ooh, okay, so this one is actually really nice to get so early on in the game, because this just lets you build up more and more gold as the game goes on, and gold is super helpful for when you go into these shops, because you can get some really good stuff in the shops. So I think this is totally worth it. And I'm going to... So this is a card that goes into my deck, and basically just when it shows up, it wastes the space in my hand, right? Because every turn you draw 5 cards, and if this were one of my 5 cards, I would essentially only have 4 cards in my hand, because I can't use this for anything, right? So that can be really inconvenient in battles. This one I take 20 damage, which is a really big hit, and this one I lose 6 max HP. So this one generally is the one that I like to take, especially if I'm higher on health, and especially on Ironclad, because I heal at the end of each match. And there's other ways to heal, like at rest sites, right? This, if I lose my max HP, you know, that's not coming back unless I find some sort of relic that, or potion or something that will give me back that max HP. So that's like a very permanent decision. And this one as well, it might not seem that bad, but when you're in the middle of a fight, you want as many of your cards to be useful as possible, and so this actually will usually end up making you take more damage than the take 20 damage anyways, unless you have a shop really nearby that will let you get rid of it, because in shops you can pay to get rid of cards from your deck. But unfortunately that shop is after an elite fight, and so I don't think it's worth taking the risk of having the injury card in my deck. So I'm just going to take 20 damage. Oh, I hate these guys. Okay, so I have all these little guys trying to deal some damage to me. In this case, against these guys, Bash is not super worth it right now, because these guys are dealing quite a bit of damage to me, so I just want to get rid of them with my strikes. Yeah. So I'm going to use a strike on this guy instead of taking my defend, and I am going to end up taking, you know, a lot of damage because of this, but I want to get rid of this guy because he just deals quite a bit of damage. And this guy we need to start attacking once this guy's gone, because this guy is loading up to do a huge attack. So I'll use this one on that guy, this one on that guy, and I'll block that 4 damage. And I think this guy might be attacking on this next turn. Yeah, so here it comes. I think he's going to attack for like 20 damage or something. Somewhere around there. 25, yeah. See, so that's pretty rough. But luckily, because we attacked him last time, he is now low enough to die after that one. So this guy has Angry, which is upon receiving attack damage, gains 1 strength. And so this guy you generally want to leave untouched until the end, because he doesn't deal that much damage until you start fighting him, and you want to get rid of him ideally in 1 turn. So right now he's just hitting me for 5. As you can see, this battle has taken quite a toll on my health, But hopefully, hopefully we live, you know, so. Now this is just exactly perfect to kill him in one turn. Okay, got it. So that's the first potion we've gotten. So potions are actually super helpful. And when I first started playing this game, I would hold on to the potions until, you know, I really, really thought it was worth using. And so I would end up holding on to them for longer than I should have. Pretty much any time that a potion is going to be, you know, pretty useful, you should use it. It's not worth holding on to them forever because by the time you need them, it might be too late. You know, you might have taken too much damage, you might have, you know, done whatever, and that battle might be a losing battle no matter what you do. So they're worth using whenever you think they're worth using, pretty much. This one's really nice because you can basically get rid of whatever cards in your hand that you don't want, and they'll get replaced with hopefully better cards. Okay. Let's see. So, cards can be upgraded. So if you ever want to look at a card's upgrade, I think you can right-click. Yeah, and then you can look at the upgrade. So this one, the upgrade makes quite a big difference on this card. So this one, when you use it, you gain 5 block and you can upgrade a card in your hand for the rest of combat. But if you upgrade it, then you upgrade... When you use this card, you upgrade all the cards in your hand for the rest of combat. So that one can be actually really good. It's meant to be paired with this one other card that can be upgraded as many times as you want. And so that one can get really high damage. I don't know. I used to take this one all the time. I haven't taken it quite as much lately, but I think it'd be worth taking, so we'll take that one. Okay, so this guy is gonna be sleeping until we deal it damage, or until a couple of turns have passed. Fortunately, this is just about the best first turn you can get for going against this guy, because you give him vulnerable, and then you know, deal some damage to that. And on the next turn, it's still got one more vulnerable for you to deal damage with. So this guy deals a lot of damage, and he's very scary. One of the toughest elites, I think, especially because it's on the first floor, and so you're not quite as prepared most of the time when you go to get it. What's really scary about this guy is that every few turns, it'll give you -1 strength and -1 dexterity. I've already gone over what strength is. You know, it gives you extra attack. Or if you have negative strength, it removes how much damage you do with your attacks. But what dexterity is basically the same thing, but for defense. So if I have 1 dexterity, it'll give me 1 more block for every time I use a block card. So this one would be 6 block instead of 5. Or, you know, again, on the inverse, once this guy gives me minus dexterity and minus strength, I will be dealing 1 less damage for each attack and 1 less block for each defense card I use. So you really want to be kind of getting the hits in with this guy early on, but you also got to be wary of how much damage you're taking, because this guy deals loads of damage. So there's a good chance I end up losing the run just because of this guy, and just because he's shown up. And that's, you know, fine, whatever. But I don't know, I guess we'll see. Okay, perfect. That's great, okay. So that was like the ideal turn for when this guy's doing these bad things to me, because I don't have to worry about blocking at all, and so that was pretty much the highest damage output I could have gotten in that scenario, I think. I guess it would have been slightly better if I'd gotten my Thunder Strike one instead of, or Thunderclap. If I'd gotten Thunderclap instead of a Strike card, that would have been slightly better, but that was pretty much ideal. So I think I'm going to use a Gambler's Brew to get rid of these 4 cards and see what else we can get. Okay, I'm fine with that. So I'm going to block 8 of this and deal 1 hit back. So the longer this battle goes on, the harder it is to defend yourself and the harder it is to kill the guy, which is really what makes this tough, because yeah, you just kind of dig yourself in a pit the longer you go on. So I'm actually going to use my armaments, and I'm going to upgrade one of my defense cards so I can get a little bit more defense here. And then I'm actually going to use Thunderclap and take the damage. because we need to be able to kill this guy pretty much next turn. Otherwise, we're probably going to lose. So, I think we're going to end up kind of barely getting out of this fight alive. And, yeah. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. That's pretty nice. 2 dexterity. So this is nice if you can get a lot of block stuff, and you can kind of just whittle down the enemies while not taking damage from them. I do need more block cards. Oh, so look. Pummel. This is a really amazing card if you are going for a strength build, because suppose you have just 2 strength, right? So right now this deals 2 times 4 damage, that's 8 damage. If you had just 2 strength, then it would be dealing 4 damage 4 times, and so you'd end up dealing literally twice as much damage as you were in the first place. You'd end up dealing 16 damage, right? And it only gets better the more strength you had. Suppose you had, 3 strength, now it's dealing 20 damage total. So if we were going for a strength build, this is one of the best cards you can see. The only downside of it is that it exhausts after you use it, which is it's removed from your deck until the next fight. So I'm thinking in this case I actually am going to go with Iron Wave, just because I don't have quite enough defense cards on me. Oh, Brimstone is really tough. So this is at the start of your turn, gain 2 strength, and all enemies gain 1 strength. So we're not going for a strength build, so we don't even want to consider this, because the other enemy, like the enemies that you're fighting, get also much stronger, and so yeah, this just would probably get out of hand way too quickly, and we would end up dying. Blood Vial. So this is really nice because it heals you at the start of combat. So this character heals 6 at the end of combat, but other characters don't have anything like that, and so for other characters this is a fantastic relic because it's one of the only ways to get healing in. Let's see. So we could remove a card, that might be worth it. We could buy this relic, probably be worth it. And if we were to remove a card, I would just end up removing one of the strikes, because, all the other cards in our deck are better. We would rather be seeing those than a strike, so. Clothesline is really nice because it deals big damage, which is what we're going for, and it also applies weak to the enemy, which makes them deal 25% less damage. So it's almost like a block card, but not quite. It just reduces the amount of damage that they're outputting. Yeah, I'm thinking we go with this one. And let's see. Oh yeah, so this is a really, really nice card. Like, a fantastic card. I love this card. It upgrades all your cards for the rest of combat, and if you were to upgrade it, it just costs 1 energy instead of 2. But I think it's more worth it to go with some other stuff right now. So now the question is whether to go with more healing or removing a card. And let's see. Additionally, we could wait for this shot to see if we want anything better, or we could go back on this path to fight the elite. I'm thinking in this case, I'm going to go with the Blood Vial. Yeah, let's just go with the Blood Vial. We're doing pretty bad on health right now. I'm obviously going to rest instead of upgrading a card here because I'm so low. But yeah, we'll just see how things go. Whenever you play a power card, oh, this is one of my favorite relics. I love this relic because I love playing power cards. So there's 3 different types of cards. There's power cards, skill cards, and attack cards. This is a skill card, right? You can see here, skill, attack. I don't have any power cards yet, but basically power cards are cards that you play in combat, and they give you some sort of effect for the rest of that combat. So I love power cards. That's great. Okay, let's find some potions. Okay, so Dexterity Potion, which I already have one of, and a Tropic Brew, which fills all your empty potion slots with random potions, and Liquid Bronze. So this one is really nice if you don't have any potions, and I'm thinking what I'll actually do is I'm going to discard this potion, take this one, and I'm going to drink it to see what I get. So I definitely want that regen potion. I do think I want that block potion. And let's see what the boss is. Okay, so Thorns might be nice for going up against this boss. I'm actually thinking we're going to keep these ones here, instead of taking one of these 2. So that actually worked out pretty nicely. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to gain 5 block. I'm actually going to upgrade Yeah, let's upgrade this one. That way we don't have to take any damage during this battle. And I'm actually going to drink the regen potion right now, because what regen is at the end of your turn, heal 5 HP, then reduce regen by 1. So next time, at the end of my turn, it will heal me 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. So I think with regen 5, it gives you 5 plus 10, it gives you 15. Oh, hello! How's it going? I'm just playing Slay the Spire. I'm kind of explaining the decisions I'm making and how stuff works as I go along. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever played this game or if you play any deck builder games, but basically I'm just trying to kind of walk through this whole thing, explaining all the decisions and what everything is, so that anybody who wants to play these types of games, or Slay the Spire specifically, can have a better feel for the strategies to use and like how to play the game well. So yeah, I haven't been streaming that long, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So let me know if you want a rundown of anything, or like what exactly this game is or what's going on, and I'll definitely let you know what's up. So okay. Okay. So I don't know if you know, but vulnerable, I can apply it to an enemy and it makes them take 50% more damage from attacks. And however much vulnerable they have, because it can stack, right? This one gives 2 vulnerable, that one gives 1. If they have multiple vulnerable, it doesn't stack on the same turn. It just makes it last for more turns. So like if they have 2 vulnerable, it'll last for this turn and the next turn. If they have 3, it'll last for this turn, the next turn, and the turn after that. And so right now this guy has 18 health. If I use this one, then we'll get him down to 14, and these will deal 9 damage to him each, so I'll be able to kill him that way. But let's see. Okay, so this is another huge attack that deals big damage, which could work nicely with our stuff. I don't know, is it worth taking though? I think we'll take it, because we really have been taking too much damage, and I think that'll help. Oh, shop! Yay! Oh, I don't have the money to buy anything. I guess I have the money to buy that, but I don't want to buy that. Okay, I guess we'll leave. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, definitely, if you want to watch me play, make me very happy. I totally get it if you don't want to watch. And you know, I like to play games like these. Let me know if I'm explaining too much. If you want me to just like be quiet and not say stuff, that's totally cool. For now, I've just been like, you know, explaining kind of all the reasoning and steps behind stuff. Since this is like my first time streaming this game, I figured I would really go in depth on what stuff is and strategies to use. But definitely let me know if I'm yapping too much about the decisions I'm making. So I definitely think that one's worth upgrading, because it'll help us get more upgrades on our other cards as we go on. Ooh, I hate these guys. Ooh, great. So Thunderclap is great on these guys because they have what's called Artifact, which negates 1 debuff. And so like if I were to try and play this on one of them, it would just not do the 2 vulnerable, it would just get rid of the Artifact. And so Thunderclap is nice because we can just get rid of all of the Artifact, and now for the rest of the combat we're free to add debuffs to them. So what they do is they attack, and then for a turn they do what this strategic one, where basically they add useless cards into my deck to make it harder for me to play cards against them. And so what you want to do with these guys is these 2 attack on the same turn, and this one attacks on the other turn. So you want to get rid of one of these 2, so that you don't have 2 guys attacking at once. So I'm just going to do that and take the 9 damage. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's meant for a vertical view on Twitch, just because the streaming software that I use forces me to have 1 vertical output and 1 horizontal output if I want to do dual output. And so if you want to see it not tiny, then you gotta flip your device to be looking at it like horizontal. So ideally you'd be watching this on a phone or something if you want to be on Twitch. So I'm so sorry about that. I'll try and fix it soon, but for now I have to do one vertical and one horizontal. So I've chosen Twitch to be horizontal, or Twitch to be vertical, because I figure YouTube will help me grow my audience better for now. So, and I can use that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna go for this guy, and hopefully we'll be able to kill him before they attack again. So. Oh, great. So I guess I will just block all the damage there. I'm not going to use the other attack for now, because I think we have time. Yeah, we're good. We can beat this without taking more damage. Oh, really? Ah, I see. I didn't realize that. I wonder if there's any way to get the chat to... Because that's like a big thing for you to see just the chat, right? I wonder if there's a way to get that to go away. Oh, that is perfect. That's one of the best relics we can get, because right now I'm going for a vulnerability build. And so this just makes vulnerable way more effective. That's actually insane. Okay, on this one, place the top 3 cards of your draw pile. So. Okay, let's see. And we don't want any of those, so I'm going to skip that. And right now I'm at 51 out of 80 health, so I'm not super high on health, but I think we're high enough to beat this guy, so I think it's more worth it to upgrade a card for now. And I think, let's see, I think it's worth upgrading the bash so that we can deal more vulnerable. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so this guy's interesting because this guy gains Sharp Hide, which means every time that I attack him, he will deal 3 damage back to me when he's in this mode. So when he's standing up straight, he doesn't have that. When he's like this, I gotta be using defense cards to kind of protect myself from getting hit by him when I want to attack him. So. Play this one, take a risk. Oh great, that actually worked out really well. Okay, and just like Vulnerable, Weakened will also stack, and when it stacks it just makes it last for a longer amount of time. So, let's see. So this guy has this mode shift. So when he's standing up like this, he'll switch once you get this number. Every time you deal damage, it gets this number down more, and he'll switch once that number gets down, you know, past 0 or down to 0. And the reason why you want to start, you know, get him to switch is because right now he's going to give himself some block, and on the next turn he's going to be dealing a ton of damage. And so ideally you want to get him into the little curled up state so that he's not dealing a ton of damage in the next one. So. Okay, I think we're pretty set. This guy's got a bunch of vulnerability and a bunch of weakened. And I think we'll be able to keep that kind of there for a while. So. Oh, so this is a boss fight, and after boss fights, if you manage to win, you heal back up to full health. Unless you're playing Ascension mode, that's something entirely different. And we'll get into that as I do more streams playing the Slay the Spire, because, yeah, that's something for later. We don't have Ascension mode unlocked yet because I started the world for the streams, and that's something that comes with beating the game a couple times. So, yeah, I think... Oh, put that in the wrong order. I think for now I'll not quite be talking quite as much. I'll just play the game a little bit more, but yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. Oh, feed is... It can be really nice, potentially. Especially because when you have more max HP, obviously, you know, you have more max HP, so you have more hits that you can take. But also, when you go to rest sites, the amount of health that you get back when you rest is proportional to how much health you have, and so you also heal more when you have more max HP. So I'm going to play that one, because it actually ends up being really nice if you can start stacking it early on. Okay, so these are what are called boss relics. They're like the highest tier of relics, basically. And so they give you the best benefit, but they also always give you a downside. And so this one's really nice. It gives me energy, but I also can no longer see enemy intents. I've played this game enough that I mostly know, but yeah. So Ascension is kind of like hardcore. So it's not quite. So Ascension mode. Okay. So a quick overview of how this game works is there's 3 like quote unquote acts, which is basically like 3 levels to the game. So I just finished Act 1, or I just finished the first floor, right? And at the end of each floor there's a boss. And there's 3 floors. So next time, right, since I just beat this boss, I'm going to go to the next floor, and all the enemies are harder, and also the boss is harder. And then after I do that one, then there's a 3rd floor, and that's like the final boss. And so when you play Ascension mode, basically it gives you some sort of debuff or some sort of thing that makes the game harder. And once you beat it on that level of Ascension, so first, when I unlock Ascension mode, I would be playing on Ascension 1, which I think makes it so elites spawn more. And I think you weren't here when I explained what elites are, but elites are basically like mini-bosses, right? So these are regular enemy fights, these are like mini-bosses. Ascension 1 makes it so that elites spawn more. Ascension 2 gives yet another debuff, and Ascension 3 gives another debuff. And it basically just makes it much harder to the game up until Ascension 20, where there's just a ton of debuffs, and you have to be able to play the game really well and also have some pretty good luck in order to win a run. So I on my personal like world that I'm not using for the stream, I have unlocked Ascension 11 on my favorite character, which is pretty high. But some people are crazy and they get all the way up to 20 and they only play on Ascension 20. I am not quite... I don't put that much time into the game, and I'm also not quite that good because I haven't put that much time into the game, but yeah. Yeah, this game, it took me forever to get decent at it. It took me a really long time to be able to win like a few different runs, especially on Ascension mode. But at this point, I've gotten good enough to where I think I can probably beat this run. Like, I'm pretty sure I can beat it almost no matter what on Ascension 0. So, yeah, it definitely takes a long time to kind of learn the game. And the biggest thing for me that helped was I happened to get Reddit because my wife was my girlfriend at the time, liked to be on Reddit, and so I was like, oh, I'll get Reddit, you know, just to see what's up. And I ended up getting onto the Slay the Spire subreddit, where it's filled with a whole bunch of people who put way too much time into this game and are like, oh yeah, here's, you know, all these different things, or like, here's what you should do, or they'll be like, yeah, that's not how you should play, or here's, you know, these things that you should do. So that's kind of how I learned to play the game well. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to take this one. Yeah, I'll take this one. I almost never take this one because I don't, even though I know the enemies pretty well, I don't know them well enough to kind of have a good sense of what they're going to be doing on each turn. So that one's a little bit scary for me, but yeah, Reddit is pretty insane. Although I will say, one good thing that came out of me being on Reddit for this subreddit was it ended up recommending me another subreddit for a game called Wild Frost, which is also a deck building game, and it's very fun. And also that one I think is much easier to get into for people who don't play deck building games. So that one's super cool. I might stream it sometime. It's also got a super cute art style. Yeah, 10 out of 10 game. Would highly recommend it. And this game, unfortunately, you have to be like insanely good for it to not be totally based on RNG for whether or not you win. You know, RNG plays a heavy role in this game for like how well you can do. But in that other game, pretty much if you're decent at the game, you can usually win. So it's much less based around like getting really good luck. So I really like that game. Super fun. I don't know, maybe I'll try playing it during this stream or something. I don't know. But yeah, so let's see what paths we can take. So ideally we're going to be hitting 2. I think 2 is the most we can hit, 2 elites. So I don't know, I guess I'll just start here and see if we can manage to get those. Oh yeah, and since we're here, the reason why you want to go for elites, even though they're harder fights, is because they give you a relic at the end of the fight, which are super important to winning in this game. Oh, this is already so scary. I never play with this thing, so I can no longer ever see what any of the enemies are doing. That might actually make me lose because I like never play with this, and so I don't know the enemies well enough to have a good sense of what they're going to be doing. I know these guys are just attacking me right now, or one of them might be gaining shield, I guess. But yeah, that might actually lose me this run because I don't know them well enough to know what they're going to be doing. Let's see. So we can't quite kill this guy off. These guys continue to steal your money, and so if you don't kill them, you end up with less money than you came into the battle with. Which normally is the opposite. When you go into a battle, you come out with a little bit more money at the end. So these guys are kind of the worst, and they're super annoying. I think we'll be good though. I think this guy's shielding up to escape next time. Oh, okay, never mind. We have plenty of time then. So now this guy's going to be shielding up and then escaping on the turn after that. So we basically just have to beat this guy before he escapes, which we did just now. Oh, okay, so Body Slam is really nice, because you can like stack up a whole bunch of shield and then deal big damage with that. Searing Blow is the one that I was talking about at the very beginning of the stream when I took this card. This one upgrades a card for the, it upgrades all the cards in your hand for the rest of battle. And this one can be upgraded however many times you want. And so this one is kind of meant to be paired with the other one, because you can add it. Yeah, yeah, basically. They're kind of the worst. I hate running into them every single time. There's only one other fight that can like take your money away, and those guys are even worse. Those guys, you'll encounter them by going into like mystery rooms, I'm pretty sure. And you have the option to lose all your gold or fight them in order to keep it. And so, yeah, those guys are really tough to beat, but I always fight them because I'm stubborn and I don't want to lose my gold. It's a matter of principle, really. So, let's see, what do we have? Oh, so Bandage Up is nice, potentially, because that can let us heal in battle. I'm gonna get rid of one of my strikes because I need to start getting rid of those. I have too many of them. And I'm thinking, ooh, max HP. I'm thinking I'm just gonna not buy anything else. I don't know. There's another shop right here, so maybe we can get something better there. This guy scares me. I I kind of hate not being able to see what they're going to do. I never play this way. Ooh. So this guy has plated armor, which basically he gets armor at the start of every turn, and if you want him to get less armor at the start of every turn, you have to deal unblocked attack damage. And so it would be really annoying, because if you don't have a way to get out a lot of attack in one turn, you end up just like dying on this fight because you can never get past the shield that he gains at the start of each turn. So I think he might be buffing himself right now for this turn. I'm not actually sure. I don't know. We'll see. Nope, still just attacking. But it was a special attack. I see. So that guy healed 5 because he dealt 5 damage to me. So that's what that was. That's that fight. Let's see. I love this card. This is a fantastic card. So you can only use it once, but it gives you 30 block. Or if you upgrade it, then it gives you 40 block. So that's a phenomenal one. There's one card, a power card, that makes it so you never lose block at the end of your turn, and so that one is meant to be used with this one, because you can just like stack up tons of block and then not worry about it when you're fighting. I think we'll go for the shop. We have just enough gold that, I don't know, something might be worth buying. Oh, this one is such an amazing card, the Peace Pipe. When you go into rest sites, instead of resting or upgrading a card, you can get rid of a card out of your deck, which sounds not that amazing, but actually turns out being great, because you can get rid of all the strikes and, you know, whatever other cards are not good to have in your deck, and it just ends up being really, really nice. This one is also nice because it's nice to start with more dexterity, especially because I have been taking a little too much damage. But I'm thinking I'm just going to get rid of one of my striking cards, because we need to start getting rid of those. Let's see. We could go in the Mystery Rooms, or we could get the rest site. I'm going to go to the rest site. Oh, I hate these guys. So this is like the guy that I saw earlier in the game. I don't think you were on the stream yet, but basically these guys are going to buff themselves right now with Ritual. And then every time after that, they're just going to be attacking me. And so they're going to gain 3 strength at the end of every single turn. And so first they're going to all attack me for 6 damage, and then they're all going to attack for 9 damage, and then they're all going to attack for 12 damage. So the longer I take to beat them, the more damage they're going to be doing to me. So I need to kill them as fast as I possibly can. Okay, let's see. So I guess I'll upgrade all these, and I'll kill this guy with feed, so that I can finally start raising my max HP. I don't know, then I guess the only thing to do is attack this guy, so. Okay. I unfortunately just gotta take the hit on this one. I have to start killing him. I gotta kill this guy before he gets too strong. Because now this guy's gonna be attacking for 12 instead of just 9. So. Ooh. That's unfortunate. Okay, I'll just block this one, and then I can probably kill him next time. So. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it could have gone worse. Ooh, Inflame, gain 2 strength. Here's the thing, I have no power cards yet. And I think power cards are worth it, because I have this relic that makes another random card cost 0. And Flame really is never bad. Or, Strength is never really bad. So, I think it's totally worth taking. And just to make it a little bit better... Here's the thing, this could also be really nice, but, counterpoint, I don't know what their enemy intent is, so I don't know when I should be using this. I could also upgrade this one, and it'll, in the long run, be even better. But no, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, let's just fight this elite. I hate these guys. These guys are some of the hardest ones. Okay, so these two attack for a lot more damage than this guy does, and this guy also has the most health. So you'd think that you'd want to go for these guys, but this guy will slowly start to add cards to your deck that you can't play, and that won't go away for the whole combat. And so the longer that this guy's in, the more useless your card draw is. So I kind of have to go for this guy. I don't know, maybe I'll take this one. This is going to be a tough fight. This one may be the enemies that kill me. I don't know, these guys kill me a lot more than most enemies do. So, we'll see how this turns out. Nice, okay, we got that guy out of the way, so it shouldn't be too bad. The rest of the red should not be awful. Ooh. Yeah, see, so now I'm vulnerable, and I'm going to be taking a lot more damage this turn. I guess, I'll go for this guy, so I can kill him. Yeah, I'll just take the damage of whatever this guy's giving me. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, yay! Forgot about that. Okay. Lose 1 HP and deal 5 damage to all enemies. Ah, so if we were to get these two together, then I would gain 1 strength every turn. But I think I'll go for this one. I'll buy 1 potion. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's probably worth it. Start your combat with 3 thorns. Oh, that's super nice. Thank you. Oh, I hate this guy. So this guy on the first turn is just going to make it so that the cost of my cards is totally randomized. So that's going to make it tough, except for a lot of my cards cost 2. So it's going to be randomized between 0 and 3. And so on average, my cards might be a little bit cheaper. So I don't know, I could use this to make it so that the cost isn't randomized, or I could just let it happen. I'm thinking we just let it happen. See how it goes. Oh yeah, that was super worth it. We just got lucky, but so far it's paying off. Because I was able to play all my cards, so. So I get however many moves I can afford. So by default, like at the start of the game, you get 3 energy to use per turn. Because of a relic that I got this one, I now get 4 energy per turn. But basically, some of my cards cost more than others, some of them cost less. And so right now I have 4 energy to spend. This one costs 1 energy, this one costs 1 energy. And so right now I can actually play all of my cards. But yeah, it just entirely depends on how much energy you have to spend. So. But at the beginning of the game, you usually get 3 moves per turn. As things go on, you get more or less expensive cards, and you get more or less energy, so. Yeah, I don't know, it kind of just depends. I'm thinking this will be worth it, just because we have Inflame right now, and if we gain 3 strength, then this will be much better card. But oh, these guys suck. Okay. So I'm thinking we gained the thorns for this battle, so we have 6 thorns, and we're dealing 3 damage at the beginning of each turn, just because I don't want to deal with these little guys. So I guess I'll kill this guy, and Yeah, I'll do that guy. So this guy's gonna attack me for a little bit more damage than he normally would, but I'll end up dying anyways. So. Ooh, that was bad. Okay, let's see. I think this guy's going to be calling back some new recruits. So yeah, we're safe for this turn, but we really got to be watching out. Please don't kill me. The boss might be able to deal enough damage to kill me right now. I'm not sure. No! Okay, nice. They're just buffing everybody. That's ideal. Okay. And I think we should be able to just kill this guy this turn. Yeah. That was a little bit scary. I didn't realize the guy was going to be dealing so much damage on the first turn. I would have blocked more. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's like everything wants me to do vulnerable stuff. Maybe we'll get another armaments. Because we have Searing Blow. Okay, so here's the thing. If I remove a card, I would be removing a strike. Because that's the best one to be removing. But I think it's worth it to upgrade all the defense. Because those are not... I'm not getting nearly enough defense right now. Let's draw 3 cards. I should have drawn the 3 cards before upgrading my cards. But that's okay. Oh yay! It's perfect. Okay, this is kind of scary because this guy's going to be dealing probably quite a bit of damage to me. Ooh, scary. Had 2 copies of that card in here. Ooh. That could be really nice. I'm thinking we just skip it though. I don't know. I don't want to clutter up my deck too much. I still feel like I have too many cards right now. I'm going to use an artifact, because this guy's going to put on a debuff on me that is really bad, so... Okay, and hopefully this guy's going to be doing the BT buff right now. Yeah, that's perfect. Great, so we don't take any damage, we don't get any debuff, and hopefully we can kill him really soon. Okay. 8 damage 5 times. That's perfect, because I was just enough to be killed by our feed. So now we actually got our health up. Oh, this is amazing! Uppercut is one of the best cards we could hope for with this build. And for this last fight... Ooh. Here's the thing. It would be so awesome to upgrade this card, because then it would be doing a whole lot extra, but I'm thinking maybe we just gotta rest, because I have too much damage. Hello! How's it going? I'm just fighting the second boss right now, going with the vulnerability build, and I can't see enemy intents because I took the Runic Dome. I never take the Runic Dome because it scares me, but hopefully it's gonna go well. Okay, let's see. Choose a card upgrade. I'm gonna upgrade this one. Okay. Man, I hate this guy. Usually, this guy is not bad at all. I think this is one of the easiest bosses for me. But right now I can't see enemy intents, which makes this a lot harder. So, because normally I know when to block and when not to. I know, I think this is like the second time I've ever taken it, because it terrifies me. But I thought maybe it'd be worth it. Yeah, and my deck is kind of based around a lot of cards that cost 2 energy, and so I thought it was worth it for the extra energy, but I don't know, man, it's kind of scary. Okay. So this guy just removed all of his debuffs, I'm pretty sure. Oh no. Just buffed me. Whenever they buff themselves, they're gonna remove all their debuffs. I feel like this guy's gonna be attacking, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, he knows the right call. Ooh. Love this. I think I'd rather block right now. You know what? We'll just use that, because it's highly unlikely that I'll get it. A favorite Ironclad card? I don't know. You know what? I do, actually. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one that deals 3 damage to random enemy 3 times. It doesn't seem like that amazing of a card, but it is one of my favorites. And I don't know, it just... I just feel like it always works out really well whenever I take it. Because I really like to go for strength builds with Ironclad, and so that one ends up being really nice. Oh, you know what? Another favorite card I have is the one that doubles your strength, because that one has such high potential. All you gotta do is pair it with 1 flex, and then now you have strength. That's my favorite way to get strength up, is to use flex and double your strength. So, I like that one, that's a good one. Ooh, hopefully I don't die here. I don't know how much damage this guy's dealing. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I just died. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, that's what I get for taking Runic Dome. I hate that card. I need to learn the characters, the enemies better, if I want to be taking that. But... yeah. Okay, well, good news. Now we've unlocked the Silent, so I'm gonna play this one. This is a pretty sick character. I'm gonna take this one, and I'm sure there's some path that could potentially get me an elite with 1 health. This is a really fun character. I like this one. So my favorite build to go with for this character is using shivs. I'm not sure if shivs are unlocked at the beginning, so that might not be viable here. But I don't know, we'll see. I think I'm gonna go for a discard build, because I think that could potentially work. Oh nice! Golden Idol right away again. Let's see. Okay, so here's the shop here. We could go for the shop and get rid of our curse right away. I'm thinking that's totally worth it. Yeah, let's take the injury. Normally I just take damage, because it doesn't usually line up so well with the shop being nearby to take injury, but I think it's totally worth it. And we'll take footwork. It's nice to have dexterity. Okay, I'm gonna go this way, just for the chance of getting this guy to have 1 health. So, as long as this isn't a fight. Oh, nice! That's perfect. Okay, let's see, what do I have? I think I want to remove a card. Let's remove this one. So now we don't if there's something worth it at the shop, we don't even have to get rid of anything, so... Let's see. So more dexterity could be nice, potentially. This one would be nice if we were going with shivs, but we're not going to do that this run, so that's not great. One of these would be awesome, but obviously we can't afford it. Okay, I'm thinking I'm just going to remove a card anyways. Okay. Wow, this is so awesome. I pretty much never get to do an elite fight with where they all have 1 health. Let's see. You know what? We'll do prepared. I know it's not the most amazing card, but I think if we're going to be going with a discard build, it'll be worth it. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. I'm going to go up to fight that elite up there. Yeah, it's true. Definitely you gotta slim down your deck, for sure. For a second I forgot that we can see the rivals. Dang, nice. Nice. That's ideal. I love when that... Well, I hate when that happens when it's against my own team, but against the other team, that is ideal. Oh shoot, I don't know why I didn't block. Nice. I see you're back on your Jeff run. Seemed like you were not doing Jeff for a little while there. You were mostly going Moon Knight, but let's see. Okay, so we can go for this guy, or we can go for that guy. I'm thinking we go this way because then we can get both the elite and the rest site. So let's upgrade a card. Let's upgrade our footwork. But there's not a shop nearby. Is that worth it? Because that could potentially make me, like, die. I mean, I know I'm pretty much full health right now, but that could potentially make me die between, you know, these 3 fights and the final boss. Okay, this is an awful decision, but I'm taking it. Let's do it. Oh, you know what? We can fight both elites, actually. Because we have the little skippy thing. I hate this guy. This is legitimately one of my least favorite characters. Oh shoot. Ignore this. Don't look at what I'm doing. Yeah, that's fair. I sometimes feel like playing oh yeah, highest proficiency would be awesome. I sometimes feel like playing support can be just too frustrating to continue doing, so I definitely get needing a break from it. Well, I don't know. Playing risky with adding curses into your deck is maybe not the way to go. But playing risky in terms of like upgrading cards instead of resting, definitely a great way to go. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna go with Sadistic Nature for this one. Yeah, definitely I feel like I've learned to play a little bit better in terms of like adding cards to my deck so that I can rest a lot less, but definitely don't want to take too much into your deck that shouldn't be there, like curses. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I feel like people blame the healers way more than they should. Let's see. I think we're just gonna block a little bit. Yeah, I feel like the worst thing is when the tank goes in entirely alone and tries to fight like the entire other team at once, and then they die, obviously, because they're alone, and they complain about not getting any heals. I think that's my least favorite thing to happen. These are some bad decisions. I've gotten this guy's strength up a lot, and I just feel like I can beat him next turn, so I gotta... Yeah, that was probably worth it. Oh, that's awesome! I love that one. Let's see. Let's do that one. So the issue is right now I don't have like any cards that actually benefit me from discarding stuff other than this one. Ideally, I want some cards that I like are wanting to be discarded. So I think we go for this elite fight. I might die. I very well could die. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Tools of Trade. Here's the thing, Tools of Trade will make it so that every single time like that sneaky strike comes up, I can play it for free, because I will have discarded a card in that turn no matter what. But this one can help me get more block, which I might need. No, I'll go for Tools of Trade. Nice, perfect. Okay, so we'll just go for this guy. And then... yeah, that was worth it, I think. Oh, and I forgot about that. Yeah, that's fair. I definitely think takes a little... I feel like it's worth it to just stay doing Marvel Rivals for a little while before getting into it, just because it's really tough to switch games like that. Like, getting into Marvel Rivals is still tough a little bit for me since I'm coming over from Overwatch, and even though they're very similar games, it's still a lot to learn so many new characters, so I definitely get it. I feel like it'll be a while for me before I feel as comfortable playing Marvel Rivals as I do playing Overwatch, and I feel like it would make sense that it's, you know, the same but the other way around for you, so let's see, let's do that one. Yeah, I think this is actually going really well, like surprisingly so. I thought I was going to be taking tons of damage during this fight, but I have taken like one hit, I think, and that's about it. Let's just get rid of that one, I guess. Yeah, and we don't play Survivor because we want those to get rid of themselves. Ooh. Yeah, I think we can easily beat this now. Because now that we have 5 dexterity, we can just use a single block in order to... oh, sure, I'll get rid of that. Great. Okay, here's the thing. I've been kind of needing more energy. And I know this isn't the most amazing card, but it always seems pretty decently convenient for me. I'll take that. Yeah. Especially because if I want to get this relic doing its thing more. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like in Overwatch I can only play like 1 or 2 tanks, and in Marvel Rivals I can play like 0. So I definitely feel like tank is the one that I gravitate towards the least, for sure. Oh wow, that was great. Kill them all first turn. Ooh, I love this. I think we take that for sure. I mean, I know it's way better with a Shiv build, but it usually works out no matter what build you're going with, I think. Let's upgrade a card. let's do the after image one. Because I think that'll be nice to have right off the bat. Okay, and they flame up at the beginning. Oh, this is perfect. You don't even have to get that out. That was rough. Luckily, they shouldn't be doing too much more than that. Great. We got way more block than we would ever need for blocking from 6. Let's see. I'm fine with that. Okay. All I have to do now is not take very much damage, because I do not have a lot to take. Not a lot of wiggle room. Luckily, I think we're doing fine. Ideally, I'd be getting a lot more attack right now. I'm getting a lot of defense stuff, but I don't know. That's fine. My only concern is if I take too long to beat this guy, he's gonna have way too many burns into my deck, and that is never a good thing. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's see, so I'm going to start with an extra energy on this turn. Ah, oh, are you kidding? This is the one time where I would really like a discard, because it would help me with the other card and getting rid of this. It's fine. It'll just be weak on the next turn. Okay, let's see. I'm going to play this. Let's play that. Oh, awesome. 3 times 6, that's going to be 18 damage. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. I think we did fine on blocking that. Especially since that was supposed to be like the worst one. Ugh, all those burns is not great, I will say. Although I think the best part about going with the discard build is that I can discard the burns, so it's pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like how many burns are in here, and I don't think we have enough damage output in this deck. But I don't know, it's fine. The lamest hand I've ever gotten in my life. I don't like this. Because I obviously have to block, but let's see what's in here. I think I'm just gonna deal the damage. This is going pretty rough. At this point, I'm just taking too long to kill him, and so... this is awful. Yeah, I might lose this fight. Maybe I should have rested before going into this. I just thought I had a lot more damage output than I do. Oh wow. Please get rid of a burn. Yay! I think that's game anyways, though. Yeah, that's game. Oof, I'm not doing great today, guys. I don't know what's up with me. Oh yay! Unlocked the defect. Yeah, the defect. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna be done streaming Slay the Spire for now, but maybe I will be back later. Who knows? If I am back, I might stream something else. I'm not sure. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought of Slay the Spire versus me playing other games.